we're in a trade that's a winning trade, worst case scenario, we're going to break even on the trade. Worst case scenario. Very, very important. That's why we use stop orders. That's why when we're in good trades, we use trailing stop orders, which is a little more complicated. I don't really want to get into that right now. Nushin, are you here? N-O-U-S-H-I-N. Are you with us? Kazi, you listening or are you just hanging? That's why when we talk about patience and discipline, it's so, so, so important. It is Ben now. It is Ben now. Ben, do I know you, Ben? Do you know me, Ben? Not yet. I am new. Okay, great. Are you in the office or are you at home? You're in the office. Okay. And you don't know me. All right, well, come say hello to me at some point. I'm here. I'm the most handsome guy in the office. You won't have any problem finding me. Are you on a simulator, or you're thinking about opening up an account? You are the last to be found. That's not true. I'm always here, Yu-Chen. I'm the easiest to find. Ask any of my students. I sit with them all day. Anyone who's gone through our training program becomes part of the group, and we all sit together sharing our ideas all day long. In addition to our 8:45 meetings, in addition to our 11:30 meetings, and in addition to when earnings come out, we hang out after the bell and watch earnings comes out. So I'm always here. I'm at the beginning. Okay. Have you ever traded before? Ben, have you ever traded before? Long time ago, E-minis. Okay. All right. My advice to you would be, if you've never traded before and you are just thinking about coming in here and opening up an account and starting day trading, my advice would be, don't do it. I can almost guarantee you're going to lose all your money. Very, very important to get some type of education. Have someone who does this show you and teach you how to do this. Very, very important. We've had lots of people come in here and try to open up accounts without any education, and inevitably they go through all their money. So that's the first step. You got to get someone who knows what they're doing to teach you how to do this. I have lost a lot. Well, most people have. All right. So if you've lost a lot of money, obviously whatever you were doing wasn't working. Trust me when I tell you, the most important thing is education and getting someone to teach you how to do this. This is not an easy thing to do, as anyone can tell you. What's that? It's not. All my students said it's not. It's not. I can tell you this much, though. It's not unusual when you first start out, even going through any trading program, to sit out there and lose money. It's not unusual. Trick is to only lose little bits while you're learning how to do this. That's the most important thing. And you have to develop good habits. You have to develop good habits right from the beginning. Any one of my students will tell you that I tell them patience and discipline and following the game plan. I probably say that 1,000 times during the course of our 8-day class. 1,000 times. That's why I think it's important for us not always to be looking to trade, but to have these little conversations. I like the challenge. It is good food for our brain. Okay. But I don't like to lose money. I don't mind being challenged, but I don't want to lose money. So that's why I learned how to do this and learned how to do it the right way. Otherwise, trust me, you're throwing darts on the board. You're going to lose your money. I've had this conversation with 100 people like you. So one of the most important things when we first start trading is to have a good handle on money management, Again, you shouldn't have more than $100 maximum loss when you start. And if at any point you're up money and you lose a little bit back, you get out of here. Shut off your machines and go home. 100%. One of the big things that we teach and go over is having a game plan. Now, we talked a little bit about this morning. Having a game plan. Knowing where we're getting into a stock, knowing how much money we're going to lose in a stock, and knowing where our profit is in a stock. And never, ever, ever deviating from that. This is another mistake I see beginning traders make. They'll buy a stock, and let's just pick a stock. I don't know, it doesn't even matter what it is. Can you guys see my screen? Yes? Okay. Let's pick Yoku and say we want to buy the stock. Okay, we're deciding to buy the stock at $59.85. Okay, I'm going to put a stop order in at $59.65, so I lose 20 cents. And then I'm going to go and put my order in to sell at $60.25. Big mistake that a lot of traders will make is, as it gets to their stop order, they'll say, you know what, I'm going to give it a little more room. I don't want to get taken out of this stock when it hits my stop order. I'm going to give it another 5 cents. Then it starts going down. Then it gets to their stop order again and say, no, I'm going to give it another 5 cents. Before you know it, not only have they not sold the stock, but they start buying more. Okay? This is a recipe for disaster. Always, 100% of the time, stick to your game plan. Period. Don't change it. Don't change it. Ever, ever, ever. Another recipe for disaster. I've seen people cancel their stop orders and then just keep buying and buying and buying the stock, and they end up losing their whole day. Their whole day. Very, very important. Always, always stick to your game plan. Another important thing, and I see some of my students do this at times, okay? There are times during the day when we just don't trade. You can't hear me, John? You serious? It's got to be on your end. Is anyone else having trouble hearing me? Because my mic is showing me it's going nice and loud. You can hear me fine, right? Yeah. John, it's got to be on your end. Because I'm good here. See, now you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, what my students do, that's wrong. Yeah. A big, big part of what we do is the patience and discipline part, okay? We do not trade lunchtime, period. We don't trade between probably 11:30, 11:45 till at least 1 or 1:30. And sometimes I sit here and I'm watching people in my group trading, and inevitably they're not making any money, and they're just trading more shares, which increases your commission dollars. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Stocks aren't moving anywhere during that time. They're just not. Let's look at a couple. I mean, well, look at Yoku. All the volume was early in the morning, and the stock's been doing nothing for the last 2 hours. Let's see what else we got. Even silver. I mean, it's had moves up, down, but, you know, net, the stock hasn't done much, and it's certainly not giving us any direction at this right now. So you're just going to get chopped up, and you're going to give people more. You're going to be paying more commissions and not making any money. It's just not worth trading during that time. Excuse me, I'm just having a prune. Delicious. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, we have a few of my students in the group. John, you here? I'm going to type in, what do you think the biggest problem that you're having so far with trading is? Can you type it in? In the type box where it says type message here. Also, anyone else type in, anyone who's trading, type in what they think the biggest problem that they're having is so far since they started trading. Unless you don't have any problems and you've done nothing but make money. Okay, John says his biggest problem has been cutting losses. Beautiful. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Cutting losses. All right? If our biggest problem is that we're not cutting our losses,